When describing Djangobooster, we use images like Formula One cars, cheetahs, and other objects that signal speed. We do that because it reflects the way we would like to work with software development. We also use symbols like snowflakes and gears because snowflakes represent structure in chaos, and gears represent automation. The philosophy behind Djangobooster is that structure and automation is the key to quick and cost-efficient software development. IT people have automated a number of industries. We have created administrative systems that automate order and invoicing procedures, plan complex production schedules, calculate salaries, create sales statistics, and more or less any other administrative task inside a company. IT people have created systems that classifies good and bad payers, calculates odds for sports events, and currently we are even making systems that predicts cancer, all based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. IT people have created systems that control robots in industrial environments, which has revolutionized manufacturing. It is about time IT people start looking inwards and check if we can do anything to automate our own industry. And that is exactly what Djangobooster does. We created a code generator that takes out all of the tedious work of making web applications. Traditional IT projects start with analysis. Then we code a prototype or an alpha version. When the prototype is finished, the client can start creating feedback and suggestion. We then move on to code the actual software. Sometimes we can use the prototype and sometimes we have to start from scratch. Late in this phase, we might be able to get base data typed into the system as well, and we end up with a beta version. We test the system with more users, we reflect to user feedback and create corrections, and eventually we have a system ready for production. Middle-sized projects can last for months, and as you know, time is money. At some point in the process, we might even pass deadlines and have to discuss with management. Even worse, some new web applications are targeted towards new business opportunities, and if we fail to get the product to market in due time, we might lose planned income and a competitive edge. We organize software development projects in a number of ways, also called methodologies. We call the methodology just described the prototype model. You also have the waterfall model, Big Bang model, spiral model, extreme programming model, and many combinations of the above-mentioned models. But at the end of the day, software development all comes down to the fact that programmers can only write a number of characters a minute, so even the most efficient programmer have time constraints. Developing a software application is like building a brick house. No matter how you organize yourself and the development or construction team, the bricks still have to be stacked. Great implementation of development methods will minimize errors and misunderstandings in the development process, thus less development time. But choosing the correct software development tool can change the programming time itself. Djangobooster also requires a system analysis, but this is where the resemblance to normal software projects stops. In Djangobooster, we create the prototype by filling out forms. We describe the database structure and we define security settings. Depending on software system size and complexity, this process will last from 1 hour to several days, and the client can be a part of the process. We do not need programmers during this phase. We generate the source code for a ready-to-use web application. As a consultant, you can discuss changes with the client based on a running application, not a set of dummy forms on a screen. At this point, the client can update the database inside the newly generated prototype, search for specific data, and we even have security defined. If the client wants changes, you can alter the settings in the program definition, again, without the need of programmers. Then, you regenerate the prototype with the code changes applied to the running application in a matter of seconds. The prototype will typically cover from 70% to 100% of the functionality needed in the final web application. Bridging from a prototype to a beta version and further to a final application is also optimized and automated with similar time savings as the prototype. You will be able to use Djangobooster throughout the project and concentrate on the parts of the project that is not generic. Djangobooster will still work in conjunction with your hand-coded changes. Djangobooster simply structures the code so generated and hand-coded work is isolated. Djangobooster delivers Python code, which is ready to run. No matter what role you play in a software development project, a programmer, a business analyst, project manager, etc., it is actually very satisfying to see thousands of code lines automatically generated in a matter of seconds, especially because the generated code is well documented, structured, nicely formatted, and easy to maintain. Thousands of companies all over the world use the Django framework. In fact, if you are watching this video on YouTube right now, you are actually looking at an example of a web application developed with Django. YouTube created their website and all the back-end systems with Django. YouTube is not the only Python and Django user. Dropbox, Yahoo, NASA, Mozilla, Quora, and thousands of other successful companies use Python and Django. Python, which is the underlying programming language for the Django framework, was the original language that Google and Facebook used in their first versions. All these great companies chose Python and Django because it makes it simple and easy to initiate projects, and the code they created could meet any future demand for scalability and complexity. Djangobooster is an improvement of an already efficient and popular software development system and provides development speed up to 10 times faster than traditional speed. Therefore, what are you waiting for? Try Djangobooster today.